Hi everybody, it's Steve here again. I'm doing my second video now, and I've had to do a little bit of a reset on our simulation here. So, turns out with the grains futures for soybeans and corn, Tradingview does not actually simulate the tick values properly. So after I made the video yesterday and the grain market actually opened, I placed an order for the soybeans that I had been initially intending to do that I had gotten rejected because it wasn't open yet. And so every time one tick would move, instead of the normal $12.50, it was changing by $120,000. So yeah, that threw off my balance a bit there. So we're gonna start over now. And I've already updated the watch list over there. So now we're down to 9 tickers. I might add some other stuff on later on, depending on what I feel like covering. But without further ado, again, we got the Russell, the S&P, gold, silver, copper, crude oil, natural gas, the 10-year, and T-bonds. So, so far for today, we don't have any signals on the Russell to go with. The S&P is still on its upward trajectory here. We do not have any new signals for buying or selling, although we're kind of getting close to the 80 line here on my oscillator. So probably in the next day or two, if the decline keeps on falling down towards the 50 EMA here. Although I don't trade off of the 50 EMA, I just kind of keep it for visualization purposes, because a lot of other traders pay attention to it. So that's why that's there. For gold, we have a long signal that triggered at the end of yesterday's session. Just for future reference, the way that I'm entering all of these buys and sells in is going to be on the bar after the signal, just to make sure that we're not repainting here on the strategy here, because Tradingview tends to do that sometimes, and even though this is based off of an oscillator and not something forward looking, we want to be careful about that. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a market order here, just one contract. And silver, looks like we're probably going to have one of those in the next day or so as well, whenever it happens to trigger, because they're based off of the same script, and it looks like we should have had one already, but probably because we're a little bit down from where it closed at the end of today's daytime session. Probably, it's like I said, I don't want any repainting, so that's why we're going to do it probably when I get up in the morning, if we do get a signal. And then for tomorrow's after hours video, I'll show you what that ended up being. Copper, yeah, we did end up doing a copper trade yesterday after hours, right before I did the soybeans thing, and it initially turned out to be a good one. I ended up going short on it, and yeah, we'd be up a pretty good amount right now because of that, but that's just kind of how it goes. So we're gonna stay neutral for now, to play by our rules. Only trade off of signals, and if I'm doing anything discretionary, gotta have a reason. And all of these, the horizontal lines, are just kind of the ranges that I was plotting on some actual trades on my live account from a couple of weeks ago. And I just kind of left those on there because they're still more or less valid. Crude oil was another one. We had gone long, and for a while actually that trade was doing pretty well, but like I said, I had to reset it, and looks like that might have been for the best, because we're still in a sideways move here, very, very narrow range. But we would probably be pretty red right now, actually. Let's see, natural gas, still nothing. In the video yesterday, I mentioned how this was kind of bottoming out here, and looks like that's still been kind of true here. If today had been green, there's a good chance that we would have been looking at a buy signal right now, but no good. The 10-year, still nothing, but it's been really, really choppy, especially with the CPI report last week that kind of sent the entire market moving all over the place, which thankfully I was not short when that happened at 8:30. And the T-bonds, so pretty much an identical market structure here. I don't trade treasuries a whole lot, so I'm not really sure when this is going to signal. a buy, but you know, we've got a crossover here that's been going on, so probably in the next day or so. And yeah, that's pretty much it for, you know, all 9 of those. Um, right now it's finals week for school, so I haven't really had a chance to do a whole lot of charting this week. Just some very, very basic stuff. A little bit of day trading on the S&P E-minis. I was on that this morning while doing some homework on. Oh, there we go. There's the our long signal that just printed. But if it's still saying to long when I get up in the morning at 6 a.m., then I'll go ahead and enter that buy order. But for now, I'm gonna leave it just in case it declines, because it's really, really flat right now. So yeah. Like I said in the video yesterday, these will probably get a lot more interesting going forward as we get more into this and I have more time to actually devote to all this stuff, because currently I'm in business school and also teaching myself more programming. My background's in robotics, but it's mostly geared towards industrial stuff rather than you know, analytics and all of that stuff. So I'm still learning how all the scripting works, because, you know, robots are a lot simpler than all this stuff, to be honest with you. I'm a lot more used to working with hardware than software. So yeah, let me know what you think. Assuming I get a whole lot of videos, views on this video, because this channel is brand new as of yesterday. Thanks, and that's pretty much it.